All right, now let's head straight to the markets. Now talking about the crypto market. If you look at the screen, we'll see there's more green on the screen at this time, but also significant pockets of red. Ethereum trying to get back to that $3,000 level. Bitcoin, $62,816, 1.82%. Let's look at the sentiment of the market now, how investors are feeling today. Are they afraid? Well, it's still a greedy market, 64 points over 100. That's for the fear greed index, showing that there's still kind of a bullish sentiment right there in this market. But there seems to be that meme coin craze coming back in traditional markets. That's in the US. Let's bring in Rume Dominic. He's the founder of Vorum and Deputy Managing Director at Aviat Industries. Joining me right here in the studio. Great to have you, Dominic. It's another day, another trade, in these markets. How you seeing, sentiment these days? I looked at, some U.S. stocks, and those meme stocks that they normally refer to, in the U.S., they're starting to rise again. The likes of BlackBerry, and the rest. But I know the crypto market, they've had their crypto craze. And I'm wondering if what we're seeing in traditional markets are going to sit back, into the crypto market. Talking about the meme coin mania.
It's been a story, it's been a traditional story setting of like we had in the Bible of David and Goliath, where the traditional institution is facing a lot of war from a group of retail investors that wants to challenge the wisdom of Wall Street. And they want to challenge every single principle that is available with finance, especially around utility of a project, what should affect the price action of every cryptocurrency. And, in 2017, we saw with the meme coin craze, we saw Dogecoin having a very good spotlight in 2017. In 2021, during that bull run, we saw the likes of Shiba Inu having spotlight. And in this 2024, we've seen cryptocurrencies like Book of Meme, WFI, and then we have people and all those other cryptocurrencies that are currently taking the spotlight. So you can see that in this progression, it demands, in the words of Albert Einstein, mastery demands all of you and none of you. And as a certified blockchain architect, a certified metaverse expert, and one that is a global facilitator working with Aviat, like you have just said, it is important for us to point out the reason why a lot of US investors are so keen on the meme coin market. One of the reason is because there's a return of a lot of retail investors thinking that they will still make a lot of money like what has happened before in 2017 and 2021, like I earlier made mention of. And they want to reignite that particular craze and see that they make a lot of money. Another reason is the fact that they are all banking on a short squeeze. For this meme coin craze, there's a point at which the Bollinger Band comes together and it breaks out. And most likely it's either going to break out to the downside, but for a much more risk to reward ratio, they have calculated it that the risk to reward ratio will definitely be in their favor and it will be to the upside. And that is the reason why a lot of cryptocurrency investors in the US have been involved in the meme coin. Not to forget the social media craze.
Right, the social media, all over Twitter, yes. X, sorry. They're always talking about, the meme coins. But I've seen, some people talk about the experiences with meme coins. They say, fine, you hear a lot of people make money from meme coins. But when they try to buy a meme coin, it ends up being a rug pull. And I'm wondering, how do you navigate, meme coins? Because at the end of the day, they don't really have that much utility. But I guess the utility is it makes you money.
The utility
for meme coins.
No, the utility is a bit different from the fact that it makes you money. Utility in terms of cryptocurrency is this. What problem is that cryptocurrency solving in the market? You have a cryptocurrency like Chainlink, and Chainlink is an Oracle-based solution that solves problem for data storage. But you can find a cryptocurrency like Shiba Inu. There's no, let's go to Bitcoin, for example. Bitcoin is satisfying payments and processing infrastructure, right? Like for the Shiba Inu, apart from the fact that you can possibly send value to someone and a lot of people just believe that it has a lot of value, there is no utility or good business use case around it. Take, for example, like the Book of Meme Coin. I mean, a cryptocurrency called the Book of Meme. So there's really no strong use case or like a direction where after this phase of this cryptocurrency is going to evolve into this phase, and investors are going to use it to be able to bring out a massive project that will benefit humanity. This is the underlying definition of utility for this meme coin. And as you can see today, unlike the last time we had the fear and greed sentiment as 52 against 100, today it's at 64. And that means that there's much more excitement coming into the market. And remember my words, in the words of a wise man, sell when the market is excited and buy when it is fearful.
Exactly. But, that FOMO, fear of missing out, always knocking investors out, most of the time, especially first-time investors. But we're expecting April inflation numbers in the U.S. We already have Nigeria's inflation number for April. It's higher, as expected. But in the U.S., they are moving closer to their target of 2%, at this time. But, the Fed they're not comfortable yet. They believe they need to do more. Everyone's expecting a rate cut, at some point. But what do you see the numbers coming today? How do you see that impacting, the crypto market?
These numbers for the consumer price index comes every second Wednesday of the month. And it is important for our viewers to be able to understand the meaning of the CPI. It then means the price at which different goods are being paid out in a weighted basket. And for the consumer price index, I think it's been over about 6 to 8 months since we last saw it at about 0.3%, right? Last month it came out at 0.4%, which is a bit better than what it was the previous month, which was 0.5%. So we see that it is actually getting better. For the cryptocurrency investors, it is a two-sided thing. If the consumer price index is good, and let's say it is very high, it then means that cryptocurrency investors will want to be able to hedge their assets against inflation, because that means that as it's high, inflation rate is also going up high. So there will be more money flowing into the cryptocurrency and financial sector for people that wants to hedge against the effect of inflation in the market. However, when it is low, there is a possibility that the economy is getting a bit much more stable, and then people wouldn't want to hedge their money in assets like cryptocurrencies, and then maybe they will go into things like bonds and all of those things. So we expect and we quickly pray that the consumer price index comes to our favor so that we can see a very good short squeeze in the price of Bitcoin.
Investors looking in the crypto market looking for every excuse, to pump those prices up. Well, we'll keep tracking it. Thank you so much. Great having you, roommate Dominic, founder at Vorum and deputy MD at Aviator Industries. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me, Saladi.
Thank you. Yes.